As you may have seen from the title or thumbnail of this video, this is a part 3. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2 yet, I would highly recommend doing so, because, well, you may be significantly confused on what's going on. I explained the tower and what it is in part 1 for those of you who don't know, and part 2 looks at the actual journey onto this point. I've left the links in the description for you. I could have fluked it. Oh my god, why? I literally wasted my chance, dude. Oh my god. Needless to say, that fail where we left off in part 2 really sucked. Right before that, I failed the last jump of the tower. With me soft-locked in the game over room, it was, well, game over. Failing the last jump like this sucks alone, but considering the circumstance of this fail and TOJ itself, where floor 10 is by far the most difficult part, where many people just have flat out given up, to go from the very start of the floor and making it to the last jump and fumble it was absolutely a killer. That very well could have been my only shot. Needless to say, with that weight on my shoulders, I was insanely concerned I just lost my shot at actually beating the tower. With how difficult floor 10 is, I pretty much suspected that I would be failing it trillions of times. The inevitable question was, would I finally give up and get flat out sick of it? Despite me failing the last jump of the tower? Putting things aside, this failure was insanely demotivating. I realized though that my skill and consistency with this tower at this point was immense, however. While I was insanely unsure how close I really was beating the tower due to the nature of floor 10's immense brutality, I was still motivated. At this point, I wanted to just keep playing the tower and get it done, before I became one of the people who quit this tower because of floor 10 themselves. With nothing else that I could do other than practice and be prepared for the next time, if ever a next time when I did get back up there, I just came back to the next day like nothing ever happened. Oh, that was so stupid. Why did I do that? Hold on a minute. I'm intrigued. I have to test this. I gotta test this. Please tell me this works. Oh my god, it does. Hold on. Is this savable? It might be. I might be able to get on top of this. Oh, not like that though. That might be savable. Oh. 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 You mother. Whenever that ladder does that, I get so mad. Whenever I get on the ladder and it just bounces me off. I don't even feel it's my fault when I do it. Because the freaking amount of time you have to let go of the spacebar so that doesn't happen is like a couple of frames. So it's like, are you freaking... What am I to blame for having your timing being so tight? Why did I hold W there? I never do that. Another one to add to the collection of things that I've never done before that are happening today. So it seems like this tower is still not done with that. Lovely. This tower still does not want to give up floor 5, huh? And you know what will happen? If I lose floor 5 this run, I'll go ahead and practice it and pass it first try. And then I'll go ahead and play this again from the start and not pass it. It's just this floor is being a massive today. I think floor 4 and 5 decided to switch places for some reason. What?! It truly has! I literally pressed space! Are you f***ing kidding me?! What a freaking dumb way to fail that jump. I'm actually going to have to... I'm actually sick of this. Like, this is literally the most consistent floor in the entire tower by miles. And it's just not working today. And you watch. I'm gonna... Nope, never mind. What the hell? This is the most consistent floor in Jocundigluey. See, what really sucks about this is... Literally because I'm doing so well on 5, I should be getting the 7, like, every run. Which is, like, extremely powerful. Because if I can get the 7 every time, you know, I'm pretty good at it nowadays. I could possibly get to 8, and 8 only has the first section. That's really a problem. Because 8's one of those floors where... It is a massive pass it, but as soon as you do, you basically never have to worry about it ever again. Which, considering that, you know, I failed the last freaking jump of the tower yesterday, would kind of be optimal if I can get runs up to the higher floors again. And I also love playing the higher floors. Like, 8 and 9 are the most enjoyable floors to play. Like, I know I say my favorite floors are 3 and 5. You know, 5 when it's on. But like 8 and 9 are just so satisfying to play. Even if they make me want to ship bricks. Work. Work. This. Work. Do it. Come on. Thank you! Alright. Come on, little kitty! The trolling, it never stops! And it's Kata, of course! What? Can this tower stop? Enough! It was funny the first time. After the 15th time, the joke is no longer funny. Those are words of advice that I think this entire community, including myself, should get. Ah! This tower can stop trolling me now. Thank you! Ah! I think this is the happiest I've felt getting to floor 6 since the first time I've made it here. Like, god damn! I don't even care if I get something stupid! I just am glad I got back here again. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, like, of course. Alright. We need to just practice the whole tower. Like, clearly. Good. First 7 run of the day. Thank you. Oh, Lord. I'll take it. Ooh, I completely messed that up and I still got it. Alright. We're here again. This tower is extremely funny. Can you hear me laughing? Oh, yo, 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 yo. Jesus Christ. Alright, pray to God. Nice. That's an alignment. Alright, here we go. Oh boy. I did not just fail that. That should have been 9. Why? God damn it, dude. This tower will not stop trolling me. It just will not. I just lost and run to 9. Like, come on. Just stop it. Well, there's a big tank in my motivation that I absolutely hate it. First, the freaking final stretch. And now I'm just getting absolutely freaking demolished by this tower. The only exception is this tower's other soft lock. If you fail the last 2 jumps to the floor, you will get soft locked. But they're not that bad, so it isn't really a soft lock you are worried about when you're actually grinding the tower. Oops! I fell in the soft lock that no one worries about. Well, this sucks. Unfortunately, here's where I have to break the news to you. Here's the thing with this tower. Part 1 and 2, I showed basically my progression. And sure, I had some moments, but I did make it look easy and not that hard at all. I did get pretty lucky, and obviously it wasn't easy. But for the difficulty of this tower, I was going through it not that bad and not with that much pain. But the reality is at this point of the grind of this tower, the grind is pure brutal. Remember, this is a catastrophic tower. This isn't some casual grind. It's inevitably going to kick your ass. At this point, I was getting my ass kicked, which gets me onto this video. This video is really going to show the real side of grinding stuff that's insanely difficult like this. TOCL, I made it look like a breeze. I made progression on Jocundigluey look easy as well. But now, this is what actually grinding catastrophic towers looks like. Painful fails, like me soft-locking myself like this. Failing the last jump of the tower while fluking one of the hardest sections in possibly any catastrophic tower. It takes a lot of might, practice, and will to be able to deal with the insane circumstances that this stuff inevitably does bring up, unfortunately. And that is what grinding catastrophic towers really becomes.
That's on my bucket list now. I just want to go into a 7-Eleven, purchase a Gatorade, and then pour all of it into the tip jar.
Why?
Dude, I want to make that face. I love this song.
You see, it's on the worst floor of the tower, so therefore it's automatically the worst song of the tower. If you were grinding this and you had to deal with this freaking floor...
Dude, the song would be like the best part about this floor.
I thought you didn't like rap.
Yeah, but like this dude put Dr. Mario behind it. That instantly makes it better.
Oh my god.
Plus, Soulja Boy is just kind of one of those songs.
There's no such thing in rap as one of those songs. They're all garbage.
Honestly, this one, it almost doesn't feel like rap.
The dude
like,
talks about jacking off.
I know, but like, honestly, I wish Cronk added back the jazz music on this part.
I know.
That sign, there used to be jazz music playing at this very specific section.
Probably because the music update, he's like, F this.
Bro, he could literally just use APM.
True. He should use Careless Whisper, in my opinion.
Or that like, that one song everyone knows on Roblox that...
Yeah? Nice. Hopefully they give you some... Remember, did I tell you that 4.5 is beginning to act like 4.4? Yeah, it is. And that's why I'm getting so damn pissed.
At least you got Terrifying. Isn't this one of the easier ones?
Yeah?
Well.
Yeah, because I played this tower months ago, and it was... that strategy is so funny, but it works.
That's so... Can't you just, like, align to... Can't you just skip the whole circle motion?
Well, the problem is, that's the issue.
Oh.
And two, if you try to line it, you'll hit here, and it will just push you back.
Ew.
And trying to align it to where you don't hit this corner is like really janky to do, so that's why I kind of think it's just smart just to twist into it.
Fair enough, I guess.
Because I'm pretty sure what most people do is that they actually basically do what I do, but without alignment keys. And they look at the thing, but I don't look at it because I don't really need to.
Huh.
That's the jump I failed earlier, and that time it wasn't even my fault. Are you actually kidding me?
It's not.
Oh my god, dude. I'm actually sick of the way this tower is treating me. Enough!
What in the Peter Griffin?
I'm on 6, Peter.
Oh, Peter. You got this, bro.
The way you said that, I was worried you were gonna say another word beforehand.
What?
Okay. Okay. This is actually ridiculous.
Was that the... Wait, I wasn't looking. Did you
I fell.
The same jump?
Yep.
The same jump?
Yep.
Oh, God.
This is the 3rd time today. And it works just fine in no clip. Who could have seen this coming?
Jesus.
Who could have seen that coming? Absolutely no one. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. If there was one change I had to do to this tower, it would be that truss. But that's mainly my fault, though. Because you can flick around the truss, but guess who can't flick around trusses, so...
Ugh.
So, it's kind of my fault. Lovely. I am not allowed to pass 6 today! That is the 4th time I have failed 6, and normally 6 is good!
She Peter on my lowest till I quagmire.
Okay. Have you ever seen the Jack in the Box Snoop Dogg meal?
No.
They had one. I don't know if they still do. But, you cannot tell me that they were meaning well when they added a brownie to it.
What the f?
In the Snoop Dogg meal, there was a brownie that came with it.
No, that's foul.
Something tells me that that brownie was not what it seemed. It may have been Snoop Dogg's special recipe.
God. This is my favorite Recovery Obby song.
Same. But when it's the Kata Obby, I want to kill myself.
Are we... we're just not gonna talk about how that was perfectly synced with the song.
I didn't even notice that, honestly. Did you know the tower of Jocundigluey is made by Jukers?
Junged Kling.
What?
Jocundigluey.
I don't know what made Cronku thought calling this tower the Tower of Ejaculation was a good idea.
I was actually in a VC with him when he came up with that idea. We were all laughing our asses off at it.
Of course! Of course!
Dude, that was like 2 years ago.
Let's call it the Tower of Ejaculation. I am 4 years old!
Oh.
I am going insane. I blame this creation by Cronku for it. I blame Cronku.
That's honestly just kind of rude.
He built it. It's his fault.
Yeah, but he didn't build it for you to grind it.
Well, yeah, I'm Ace. I wouldn't do that.
No.
That was my. I just had the opportunity. I had to joke about it. I passed the jump.
Oh, nice.
Not the one that I failed 3 times in a row, but the one I failed the last time. I knew you were gonna do that. This floor will not knock it off today, apparently. It just refuses to stop.
You might need to give 6 some practice.
I am, and guess what? It's working just fine. It's doing exactly what 5 did. It's completely fine. It's just being stupid in real runs. I spent 4.5 hours playing the tower that session. 4 hours! I couldn't get past floor 6. In fact, floor 5 and 6 were just massive. Remember, the beginning of this tower is by far the easiest. So not being able to pass floor 6 at my point in the grind in 4 hours was absolutely ridiculous. Remember, this dingus you're looking at right now failed the last jump of the tower. And not being able to pass floor 6 in a matter of 4 hours with a tower balanced like this is absolutely laughable. Welcome to grinding catastrophic towers. Needless to say, the state that I was in now was making me kinda sick of the tower would be an understatement. The next day being the 20th of July, I barely played at all, so I didn't even dare show any footage from that day at all. But after my small little break though, it was back to work. In a matter of 13 minutes, I already did better than what took 4 hours. Well, that was a way to lose that run. I mean, I literally cannot complain. In a matter of 13 minutes, I already smashed yesterday's 4-hour session. Like, come on. That was a bit of a crappy way to go, but there were two things I did wrong there. I was too far to the left, and I wasn't down low enough, so... Whoop, whoop, my fault. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm alright, I'm on 7 right now.
Oh,
So, only 2 attempts today. Literally only, like, attempts. Not like, oh, you know. No, like,
God,
actual
yeah.
attempts.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
7. Sorry if I seem robotic, because like I said, I'm on 7.
It's fine. Can I see, though?
No. Absolutely not.
Yay!
Bruh. Oh my god.
Okay, you got this.
Really?
I'm sorry I even said anything.
I don't even think that was my fault. Okay, though, that fail was infuriating, because I just randomly tapped D and it just launched me over. Like, come on.
Ugh.
I don't think I need to practice 7, though. Despite me failing it 3 times, I'm okay. Consistency, like I said, matters to me more than individual progress. So, I'd rather get to 7 a bunch of times in one session than getting to 10 once.
Yeah.
And if I've gotten there twice in a row, we can do it again!
Yahoo!
Maybe we'll get 3 7 runs in a row. Okay, that's wishful thinking, but that'd be funny. What?
Twitter's just a gift that keeps on giving.
You mean X?
Shut up.
Did you hear about the new video subscription service on X?
I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter. 'Cause there's no way I'm gonna call a video an X video on there.
You got the joke.
Yeah, of course I got it. It's all I've been hearing about for like the past 5 hours.
Really?
Well, not even 5 hours, like ever since Twitter rebranded.
I didn't realize it was that common of a joke.
Oh my god, dude, you have no idea. That's like one of the first things people realized when Twitter rebranded to X.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's such a stupid decision.
The logo looks horrible!
I'm gonna be honest. I get the premise, how like X can commonly be used as like a variable, and that can be anything and everything.
Yeah.
So it would only make sense to rebrand an everything app to.
One thing that Cronku did a remarkable job though, is making this tricky, but insanely consistent.
This speedrun section?
Yeah, like when I first saw this section, I was like, oh my god, this part must suck. But genuinely, it's like one of the easiest parts of the tower.
Oh.
But it's not, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, what you said about consistency really holds up, because literally every time I see you do this section, you always get out of it with 3 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Because even when I screw up, I just adapt it a little bit, and then I just feel safe. And it's just conveniently right on that 3-second barrier. Every once in a while, I do screw it up. But, like, that section, I have failed it. That goes for everything, though. Like, even if there was, like, an easy difficulty obby in the recovery obby, I am sure I'd find a way to f*** it up. That's one thing I never understand, is people treat Kata players as if they can't make mistakes at all. It's like...
That is literally not true. Have you seen Skit? He's like a horrific, unreal skill level player.
Yeah, and that dude sometimes, he makes some hilarious mistakes. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm sorry, but some of his mistakes make me laugh. And it's not because... It's not because that he's embarrassing, but for the fact of how relatable they are.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, alright. I thought I was too far to the left there, so I tried to tilt over to save it, and it did not work out. Unfortunate. And I've been punished with the least consistent obby. Yup. Okay. Here's the thing, by the way. I practiced that stupid obby for 10 minutes earlier.
Jesus.
I'm noticing a very massive issue right now, where I am just really bad at the recovery obbies. But the thing is, whenever I practice them, it's completely fine.
Maybe it has something to do with there being stakes when you're actually doing it, and that kind of gets on your nerves.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. But it's kind of annoying, because I feel like, okay, I need to spend a lot of time practicing the obbies, and then I spend 30 minutes doing it, and then I come back and it's like, that was useless.
Think anyone's gonna practice and beat the nil obby? I imagine it's completely doable, but...
I don't know, because I've only looked at the first jump.
Then I'm gonna look at it.
But I know that, Block's rep tried to do all of them, and he basically gave up on the nil obby and just only tried to all jump it.
Ooh.
So, yeah. There's a reason why I basically just take whenever the nil obby shows up. You wanna know something funny?
What?
If you ask me which obby that I failed the most, I'd have no idea.
Huh, weird.
Because my genuine answer, I think it's actually insane.
Really?
Because of all the walk-offs.
I see.
And it's a long distance route too. Like, oh no. No!
What happened?
No! Okay, so this is a good time to remind you. While I was playing this tower, basically only like 6 people knew I was playing the tower. And Chloe was not one of those people who knew I was grinding the tower. And you may remember from part 1, where I talked about the complications of playing this tower because of the way Roblox deals with servers. When you use the /rejoin command in a private server, it'll just send you into a public one. And if you're alone in a public server, when you use the command, it just closes the server. Which meant I had to do all my grinding on this tower in a public server. So anyone can come in at any time and just flat out bust me playing it. And I had my joins off, so my friends couldn't catch me. But for some spoken miracle, Chloe just randomly appeared in the server because he decided to play the tower, which provoked this funny interaction. Dude, he left. Dude, I don't think he realizes that I'm actually grinding it.
Oh.
That is like 2 days in a row where a friend of mine almost busted me. I bet you what happened was Chloe. Oh no.
What?
I have received a DM from Chloe.
Oh no.
He asked if I'm grinding it. No!
Just say no. Bargain.
I'm just gonna
What
say.
will it take for you to not say a word?
I already typed. I'm just gonna say no. Dude. Oh my god. Wow. Alright. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. Alright, that was a ending. Reminder. I have made it to floor 10 twice. But I have yet to pass floor 7 again throughout the past 2 days, which is absolutely insane. To say this town doesn't like me was an absolute understatement, and I was realizing the insanely huge deficit in my progress. So, I finally woke up on July 30th, came in the tower, and went it. I was going to play the tower hard, and a lot, and try and get rid of all of this crappy luck going on, while also telling some other new people what I've been up to. Hello.
Hello.
I'm playing TOCP.
What? The one? Are you playing the one in Ring 9, or are you replaying the Atos one?
You'll never know.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. You're right. I won't.
I'm actually not even playing TOCP. I say that as a joke.
Oh, wait, are you talking about Inception, or?
No, I'm actually.
Else?
Don't tell anybody this. I'm actually grinding a cat in secret.
Oh.
If you knew which one it was, I think you would laugh your ass off.
You know, I might.
TOCP.
You're gonna tell me you're grinding like Thin Mints?
Well, I have some news for you.
Or you're joking.
I'm joking, you're right.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, I cannot deal with the fact that if I just randomly guessed like a kata that I know like nobody likes at all, and you happen to be playing it.
Dude, if I beat Thin Mints though, that would be actually hilarious.
Alright, I am outside the frame. It is time for me to die, I guess.
Really? I got that happen? Oh, lovely. I love when this shows up. And I walk off! Let's go! Run over. Alright, time to fill 6. I know Eve would know exactly what tower I'm playing.
How would she know?
I know she would know because she has a private server for it.
Oh. What the f?
Yeah, it's not a Jato tower.
When the f did Eve play? What?
I don't know if I would screenshot a tower, I don't know if you'd even recognize it.
I mean, it's possible, but at the same time, who knows?
If I get to 7, I will go ahead and screen share it. It's just I don't want anyone to know because I have to play it in a public server.
Oh.
And then I will have the Jato Seagulls.
I think she also did that with
I'm
fuck,
on
what was
7.
that tower?
Alright, you let's see if you recognize it.
Alright, let me look at this.
Do you
It's a
recognize
gander.
it?
Oh my god, it's the it's the tower of all time.
Yes, it is.
It is. I'm not surprised by this, considering you said you liked this tower, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm not really too surprised by that then.
I failed the last jump, by the way.
Oh.
I definitely can beat this.
Yeah.
And it's considered harder than Todai, which is hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it is, but I can see why. Alright, I'm at the end of 10, right? Or end of 10, end of 7.
Oh, go. Let's see, actually, what do I have left in the soul crushings of Atos that I'm intentionally avoiding because the rest of the
Oh,
Atos
if you saw that.
Let's see. What
I
am I
failed
remaining
that
Atos?
jump, are you kidding me? I failed that in practice earlier, so I'm not surprised, but come on. If I would have passed that, I would have gotten an 8.
The easiest thing I have left in the Atos SCs is Steeple of a Down. I'm never beating you. You are the worst thing ever made. I don't like you.
You don't like Steeple of a Down?
I don't at all.
Have you beaten the Tower of Uttermost Antagonism?
No, I don't plan on beating that one either. That's one of the other extremes I'm avoiding.
Oh,
like
you
the
should
fucking
have played it
plague.
before I nerfed it.
I mean, I tried playing it a little bit. It's also one of the worst towers I've ever played.
Oh, like I said, you should have played it before I nerfed it.
Then there's 2EA. I'm avoiding that. I've heard nothing but bad things about that.
Okay, that one, avoiding that one I can get. I should beat that and say that it's a great tower, because that'd be funny.
Greatest fucking curveball.
You know it's bad, but I'm pretty sure Lucy hates it.
Yeah, which is funny, because it's supposed to be... I don't know.
It's like Tower.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Tower in style, but there's catches.
Yeah, I know. And
Wow.
Lucy, you know it's bad when even Lucy doesn't like it.
Yeah. And there's 2UA, and
To be
there's
fair,
Toga.
I don't know what extreme they really could have put in to Ring 5.
Yeah.
But I can tell you they should have not put in freaking extravagant borders or whatever it's called.
That wasn't 6.
Yeah.
I saw that happen on stream, and I was like, oh no.
Dude, it is literally the Tower of Inception of Atos.
Yeah.
My new floor 7 strategies are too good. Until that happens. That is the second time, by the way, that that has happened, and now this run is likely over. I'm actually annoyed by that. Alright, let's hope I can do it. Nope. I failed the one jump that was hard. I'm actually annoyed. Dude, I'm actually freaking walled by 7. It's so annoying. I'm just waiting for when I get consistent at 7. Because as soon as I'm consistent at 7, yeah, this tower is done. It is done. Hey, you know, it works, it works. Please don't give me the dance glitch. Thank you. Why, dude? Dude! 7? Why do you have to be a massive wall? Every floor, like, ever since that I failed 10, 4 was a wall for a while, then 5 was a wall, then 6 was a wall, and now 7's being a wall. This tower just won't knock it off. This room this entire day has been acting really odd. Yep. Uh-oh, I get to play walk-off roulette. Woo! That's a clip! Hoofa! Alright, I am passing this part this time. I am tired of falling to 6 and losing my runs. I'm sick of it. So, I just want to remind you what we've gotten into here. Days ago, I was getting to 9 fairly often, and I even made it there 4 times, and I even got to 10 twice. Now, it's been days, and I haven't even gotten to floor 8. I just keep failing floor 7. I practiced it so much, yet I still couldn't pass the stinking floor. At this point, I have failed floor 7 so many times, I wouldn't be surprised if it had encompassed all the fails I had on the floor prior to failing the final jump combined. There were a lot more floor 7 fails I haven't even shown you. I probably failed the floor over 15 times, and I am not exaggerating at this point. But, this is a catastrophic tower, so of course, it wasn't planning on knocking itself off soon, isn't it? That was not even my fault. That was not even my fault. Alright, I only have 1 obby life because of the lag spike, unfortunately. And we're gonna lose it now. It's horrific. No! If I beat it this run, and people complain that I got the easy obbies, they can kiss my ass. Never mind, because I somehow hit the half set. Are you kidding me? 7! Stop it! Like, come on! And there's no reason for me to practice, because I'm fine in practice. It's legit only in real runs that it's just being a I'm just speechless. I'm so speechless. This strategy worked every time in legit runs. I'm so sick of this. Every other time it works. There's nothing different about that clip compared to what I always do, and it freaking breaks. Oh, I am so sick of it. Okay, at least I didn't get sent all the way down. Phew. I actually got some luck for once. I have been granted salvation by the Savior. I will not waste it. This will be the run where I get to 8 for the first time in years. Oh, of course. Yeah, that fart sound effect is pretty accurate right now. Nice, RNG! Alright, I'm pretty sure that is my last life. I think I'm going into salvation if I fail again. Because I'm pretty sure I failed 4 this run. Alright, I am passing this stupid floor this time. I'm sick of this. There's only 3 jumps basically on this floor. Well, on this part. Got 1. Got 2. Finally! Alright, we can't... Let's not get too excited yet. Oh! Oh, this is gonna feel so good to press. Oh, yes! I can finally rest well tonight. I don't care if I do the same stupid mistake on 8. I don't care if I get bugged. I just am glad that I freaking got here. Ugh. It is cold down here. Is it now? Okay. Oh my god, that actually counted? No way! Why are you all the way over here? Why? Oh, I can't climb. I can't get that. Imagine if I could, though. I doubt that's... Yeah, that's not rotated in a way to where I could grab it. I wish. No. Alright, this is a really wacky spot. I don't think I've ever seen the barrel here. Alright! We got ourselves another 10 run. I will gladly take it. I unfortunately believe I have no lives left, though. So the chances of me actually making it are, unfortunately, extremely low. But we'll see. I'm 99% sure I have no lives left, meaning that I just have the bonus life left. Oh god. Odd behavior. Okay, good. Oh, buddy. This run's serious. We're back here again. Please tell me I recorded it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm in so much pain. I have like a side stitch on my whole right side. My throat is dry, but I'm okay. Oh my god, I freaking did it! Oh, I finally beat a cat that no one will shit me for. Oh. Floor 7 was really trolling me, dude. In the first run I got out of there, I got it. Wow! I have lots of fun building this, and I hope you enjoyed it too. It's finally over, you made it. Even after all I put you through, you put up with it. Seaside went now. Oh, let's let this to leave. Come back and visit again. We did it! This is awesome! Callie's here! Yo! I didn't know she was in here. Oh, this wind room's awesome. So I guess the big question is, how many lives did I actually have left? I legitimately... I had 0! I freaking first tried the tower from 8 to the... Oh, that's perfect! Oh, dude, I am so happy that this is over. Oh my god. Oh. Yay! Well, all journeys must come to an end, whether they are for the good or for the bad. And fun fact, by the way, this tower has over 42 hours of raw footage on my hard drives, which is more than the amount of Push to Terrifying Finale's raw footage. This video had to take 3 parts because this footage wasn't actually stale like Alien Radiance's. You all got to see less than 10% of what actually happened throughout this grind. Honestly, the way I beat this tower was absolutely unbelievable to me even today, many months later. I literally made it to the last jump at 10 after failing the second jump of the floor. Couldn't pass floor 7 for days. Then the first time I do pass it, I went ahead and on my 3rd run ever to floor 10, actually just flat out completed it. Meaning, I only had 2 floor 10 fails, I had 2 final stretch fails total, if you count individual fails rather than runs. I am kind of sure that makes me one of the luckiest TOJ victors, but honestly, I don't think I'm really lucky. I think because of how much I knew floor 10 was such a big deal, I practiced it so much to where I just got insanely comfortable with it. I played floor 10 of this tower for the first time in months while editing these videos, and I still did over 2/3 of the floor in my first try, after not playing it for months. It's just one of those pieces of gameplay. It just sticks with you. So honestly, I think it's just that I took floor 10 way more seriously than everyone else, and it very clearly paid off, and it worked well for me. However, there are 2 last things that I need to do that I mentioned I would do in part 1. Talk about the curator reviews on this tower, and share my opinions on them, and then go ahead and share my final thoughts on the tower as well on top of it. Then, I actually finally get to see my counters from part 1, if you remember that part of the video. Yeah, I beat this in July. It's February the 4th when I'm recording this bit, and I still haven't seen my counters on this tower. So you'll be able to see my actual reaction to seeing them for the first time. But before we take a look at these, let's talk about the curator reviews on Tower of Jocundigluey that ultimately laid this tower's really sad fate. Because I haven't even told you the full story about this tower yet. I want to say firstly, and I want to make this very clear, I do not condone harassment of JTO staff or curators. I am just sharing my honest thoughts on these reviews as someone who has actually beaten the tower. I am not trying to get this tower any special treatment, but I do disagree with how this tower's reviews were done. But I'll discuss more about that afterward. I am purposely not going to show you the first review of this tower, and I will discuss why later. So, let's take a look at the second review first. There's 3 main things that this review discusses about. The tower being inconsistent, the recovery obvious being luck-based, not being a good thing, and floor 10 actually having insta-kills. Yeah, I'm glad that floor doesn't have insta-kills anymore. That would be insanely stupid. So yeah, this is an old version this review was done to. But a lot of this curious criticism still apply to the current version of the tower from my understanding, and I know that because I'm friends with this curator and they've talked about it before. Believe me, I pulled their legs about this review multiple times already. Let's firstly go ahead and talk about consistency. This tower is actually consistent. Honestly, this is probably the most consistent catastrophic tower that I've ever played. Which I know sounds absolutely insane when you take a look at this tower's gameplay style, but it's genuinely true. Now, did I have some funny times? Yes, I did. Look at how long it took me to pass 7 for the couple of days where I was stuck. But, did I ever feel that was really the tower's fault? Not really. I was just insanely upset at myself more than anything. The thing is, and I've said this a lot but it's true, this is not your average catastrophic tower. Practicing this tower is done by brain power and what works for you, not doing the same jump 300 times. This isn't TOGF, or Todai, or Toam, or even Cataclysmic Layers even for that matter. It's the tower Jocundigluey, and it works differently. Honestly, I prefer this way of working. You'll see me comparing this to Descent into Exile a lot, and that's because these towers oddly have many similarities. But Todai, in my experience, is genuinely so boring to learn. The gameplay is complicated, yes, but the options you have for executing jumps are so minimal. So you're really just playing floors and jumps over and over again until you get the specific muscle memory instead of trying to strategize and be smart. Which is just, ugh, I don't like that. I actually like the way this tower does its gameplay. Some people do not like the gameplay and call it bad, which I absolutely understand. I mean, look at the infamous example from part 1. It looks disgusting. In reality, it's the most consistent section of floor 5 hilariously, but objectively, is this part bad? In an objective sense, I would say yes, honestly. Both TOJ and Todai are unique in their gameplay in different aspects. While most would agree Todai's is better, I personally believe TOJ's is better in that sense, which I know is an odd opinion. It's just my personal preferences. I just prefer to use brain over repetition, and some people don't like that. Others would rather get right to work, which I understand. Todai, you can understand rather quickly, and it's satisfying to throw through immediately. So people just connect to it really hard. TOGF also kind of works the same way. TOJ though, is like the extreme in the brain power direction. So if you're someone who doesn't like to think, you'll hate this tower to shreds. It's inevitable. It's just for me personally, I think thinking about what I am doing and finding a hilarious solution that's brand new that's never been done before is so much more fun and interesting to me. Do I think that Descent into Exile is objectively bad? No, absolutely not. In fact, I fully acknowledge that objectively, it is better than Jocundigluey. It's just that Descent into Exile is not for me, and that's completely okay. And I fully understand that is likely the fact that you would prefer Descent into Exile over this, and that's completely fine. I'm just talking about my own personal experiences and opinions here. But, I do have my own opinions on Todai, where I do have actual genuine problems with the tower, rather than personal preference issues, as you'll see right now. When it comes to our favorite roulette wheel obbies, I think the version that the curators were playing, the horrific and unreal obbies were actually possibly horrific and unreal. But I know with this curator, I am pretty sure they still hate the roulette obby idea. Honestly, I think the roulette obby idea is so much better than what other towers do. Here's the thing, Descent into Exile and TOJ's balancing are actually way more similar than you think they are. I grind Descent into Exile as I've talked about before, and the biggest thing holding me back is how robotic it felt to me to grind. Floors 1 to 3 are much easier than the rest of the tower. Then you'd get to floor 4 where the difficulty really rams up. If you fail past the beginning of floor 4, guess what? You fall and you have to do 1 to 3 all over again. It just got so repetitive and unfun for me. Just going through the same gameplay that honestly was getting stale to me already at that point. Then getting to 4 and just losing my run right away. I remember one night when I was going through this repetitive process with Descent into Exile, and this stale loop was happening, and I decided to practice 7 to WinPad to ease my mind off of it. Only to realize, wait a minute, 7 has an insta-kill below it. So this thing that I was hating with floors 1 to 4 would happen again on floor 7 later on in my grind. But because it was further on in the tower, it was worse. I quit playing Descent into Exile right then and there. I realized that the way that this tower's punishment system worked was just not for me. It just made whatever fun I had to instantly become insanely annoying. Here's the hilarious part. Floors 1 to 4 of Todai? Yeah! Jocundigluey has the exact same balancing, actually. Floors 1 to 3 are way easier than the rest of the tower, and 4 is when it begins to ramp up. The difference is with Jocundigluey, instead of failing 4 and instantly having a game over condition, there's this! The recovery obbies! You get a chance at saving yourself. The randomness of the roulette obbies, in my honest opinion, in today's version of the tower, doesn't really matter too much. They're not insanely different from one another, to where one is way harder than the other. Insane, you can walk off sometimes. That's just normal with Roblox nowadays. Terrifying is consistent and chokeable, Cata sucks, horrific is fine, and Unreal takes some time, but it's not that bad. It creates so much variety in what other words would be such a stale gameplay loop, like what Toadeye has. Then, like what happened in my last run, you sometimes get nervous out of uncertainty of how you're actually doing. It adds a whole new depth to a tower that I had never really seen before. And it just works. Is it luck-based? Yes. Yes it is. Can luck screw you over? Yes it can. Look at the nil obby. But what would be here instead? A soft lock? Yeah, no thank you. I'll take the 3 rare times I got the nil obby, where I was technically soft locked, over a 100% chance of getting soft locked. Spamming nets and button progress is honestly just as worse, by the way, as it makes you feel captive to playing the tower. I think we all know how I feel about that from another tower. Honestly, I think the roulette obbies were a freaking amazing idea. It makes each run feel different, and they're fair, and they're well done. I get the criticisms people have with them, but they really aren't nearly as bad as people say they are. It's so much better than the alternative, being either insanely punishing or a ton of nets. You know, things are hilariously mixed up when people are freaking out over the Unreal obby who haven't played the tower much, and then there's me who has beaten the tower that's going, the Cata obby f***ing sucks. To further add to this interesting gameplay loop of 1 to 4 on TOJ, because yeah, it does exist, and I didn't show much of it, but Floor 3's jump power recovery system, dude. You slowly lose jump power, and if you don't get out within a short period of time, it's game over. This is such a freaking clever idea. I think this is how softlock should be done. Give a chance at recovery, and if not, you lose. On top of Floor 3, as well, just being such a different floor and atmosphere to the rest of the tower, it honestly felt refreshing to be playing it all the time. The Send to Exile 1 to 3 are just floors that are there. They're not that different to me from one another. TOJ differentiates different spots and integrates them in a very clever fashion. If you've done calculus and you're curling up in fear, I am not sorry. Sure, Floor 3 of Descent into Exile has the mechanic of being on the ball and stuff, so it is different, but it just feels the same playing through it compared to everything else in the tower. However, I do agree that Floor 10 is hell in Jocundigluey, like I've said. Quite a few just give up on this tower after getting to Floor 10. And you can absolutely see why when you realize the sheer hellish difficulty it is. Honestly, I think 6 to 9 are just fine balancing wise. 10 is the real problem. Now, 10 gets really consistent, and you can learn it. But, you need to put in a stupid amount of time like I did to do so. And when you look at the rest of the tower, it's genuinely not great. I honestly agree that Floor 10 is too far, and I think this tower would be much better off with an easier Floor 10, putting it to be easier than Descent into Exile, compared to what is there now. You do get to do the recovery obby when you fail 10, but still, I don't think that changes the difficulty much. Chances are, you're not having too many lives with you on Floor 10 anyway, because you use them on the other parts of the tower. One individual part, granted it's a floor, but other things aside, should not be carrying a tower this hard. If it wasn't the fact that this floor gets consistent, this would actually be an insanely severe problem. In the third review of this tower, the complaints are mostly the same, but the fact that the first part feels extreme comes up. Honestly, I read this and I am like, Descent to Exile? Sure, it's not extreme floors 1 to 3 of Toadeye, but Toadeye has the exact same issue. At least TOJ doesn't insta-kill you on Floor 4. I honestly don't see why this should be talked about really if it's fine in other towers. You could argue that the severity of TOJs makes it to the point to talk about, but honestly in my experience, I didn't feel that floors 1 to 3 of Jocundigluey were that big of a difficulty dip. There's still really hard jumps on those floors. Toadeye's 1 to 3 also have some hard jumps too. I'm not saying that Jocundigluey's is less of an issue than Todai. I'd say they're equally so. Are floors 1 to 3 easier in TOJ compared to the rest? Yes, but I honestly still feel they are okay. They're way shorter compared to the other floors and don't drag out, and floor 3 is really different compared to the rest of the tower, so it keeps things interesting. If they were long, then that would be a different story. But are 1 to 3 extreme difficulty? Dude, just play floor 1. This ain't no extreme gameplay, bud. Floor 3, I get the argument, but 1? But it's for the better for these floors to be easier than difficult. Look at Alien Radiance, the odd tower where the beginning is the hardest. That tower can be so hard to play sometimes because of it. In retrospect, now that I've talked about these reviews, do I agree with this tower failing? No, I absolutely disagree. Talking to other people in the community, they seem to as well, from what I understand. I heard the sentence from people when part 1 was released that knew about this tower, that they felt this shouldn't have failed, and they were happy I was giving the tower exposure so it'd have a second chance. What really does not sit well with me, however, is the first review of this tower. Yeah, there's a reason why I haven't shown it yet. If you thought this tower's story was tragic enough, it gets worse. That's because, and before I say this, once again, I do not condone harassment to anyone. This is the final thing to add to this tower's already sad story. This tower actually passed its first review! This tower was in the whitelist! This tower literally got removed from the whitelist because Cronku tried to improve it! That's what makes TOJ's story such a tragedy to me, and why I have such odd feelings towards how it was handled. What even puts more salt on the wound was that you may have noticed in the second review, the quote right before where the verdict was switched to a fail. Realistically, I should have failed the tower the first time around, since from now on, I do want to be a bit more strict about consistency as a curator. Seriously? I get it with curator reviews, it's hard, because you don't have to beat the towers to do a review. It would be dumb if something like Cruel Punishment had to be beaten in order to have a review on it. I absolutely agree with it that much. But when the same curator reviews Todai and calls it an amazing tower all around, when it has some of the same issues with consistency that this tower has, yet Jocundigluey fails, it just really confuses me. Now, to be clear, I do not think Todai should have failed. I think both of them should have passed. Do I think this tower should get reviewed again and treated differently? Honestly, I am really unsure. This tower passed the first time, and it's been improved quite a lot since then. Every victor of Jocundigluey that I know of loves this tower. It absolutely should be in the whitelist. But doing so would create an odd situation that some may see as giving special privilege. So honestly, I would like to see something done about what happened to this tower, but realistically, is it fair and a good idea though? Well, fortunately this odd pretense shouldn't be a problem. You may have noticed at the start of parts 2 and 3, I talked about Cronku overhauling this tower. And that is because after part 1 of TOJ came out, Cronku went ahead and started doing updates to the tower. So, the story for TOJ is not over. The infamous floor 10 that gave many TOJ grinders trouble has been nuked and is being completely overhauled. The tower has been rebalanced, and tons of design updates and polishes have occurred throughout the tower. So, there is a chance, if this gets done in time, this could join the Zone 9 competition. But whether this new version should get in or not, well, I don't feel it's really fair to ask me when I've been trying to help Cronku out with this update as much as possible. But it is unknown if this update will be done in time for Zone 9's polls. We will have to see. But another chapter for this tower has opened, and hopefully it won't be as unfortunate as its first one. To answer the inevitable question of will I beat this new version, the answer is I don't know, it depends. And this gets me onto my final thoughts. The idea of having fun with a catastrophic tower is absolutely wild to me. The journey I went through to do this, and the tower itself was some of the most fun I ever had playing any tower. I actually, right afterwards for the next couple of days, felt sad because I missed my grind on the tower. I never felt that with any tower before. Then to miss grinding a catastrophic tower? If that doesn't scream that this tower was a huge success to me, that would be an understatement. This tower is my favorite soul crushing of all time. I just love how it plays, and how daring it was with its ideas, and just floor 8 and 9's design is so good. Even many months later, I look forward to when I actually beat this in CSCD Scope 3 for bug testing. I want to experience the feeling I had playing this tower again. It's such a unique and wonderful experience that I will never forget. The effects afterwards of my skill as well were so obvious. This is the single craziest skill booster I've ever done and dealt with. S+, thank you very much. Haven't given one of those in a long time. Oh boy, have I been excited to do this for months. So throughout when I was grinding Jocundigluey, I actually had this thing called a Stream Deck. And a Stream Deck is really cool because it's basically like a macro keyboard. I used it for my /rejoin macro, if you remember from good old part 1. And basically, in the background, throughout my entire grind, every single time I get to floor 6 or higher or fail a roulette obby, I would press a button and it would count how many times I pressed the button. So I'll be able to see how many times I failed each of the different roulette obbies and how many runs I got to the second half. And I mean runs, not fails. So like, when I get to floor 7, that's a run to floor 7. But if I fall down to 6 and go back up, I didn't press the button again. They counted runs, not fails. And, because I know some people will be curious, this is what they looked like. This is all that I had. And this is the menu that I had open all the time when I was grinding TOJ. This is what let me to rejoin the server very quickly, and this were the buttons that I was pressing. There's an actual, like, thing next to me that I press. And here they are. This is the moment I get to see my actual counters. I have been purposefully leaving this off until everything else for these videos were done. So this is the first time in months I actually get to see them. So without further ado, Tower Jocundigluey. Alright, so I think we all know this. Nil, oops, I should probably move over here. Nil had 3 fails total. So yeah, we saw Nil a total of 3 times throughout the grind, which I showed. And yeah, Nil was really hilarious. But what it will be more interesting to see is how many times did I fail the Unreal obby? 21 runs on Jocundigluey were ended with the Unreal roulette. Holy hell. Dude, if I have 21 fails on the Unreal roulette, I wonder how many runs I lost to the roulette obby in total. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Horrific? 16. I'm not surprised. 16. Horrific was easier than Unreal, and it was the one that I was the most consistent with, so having less than the Unreal, I'm not exactly surprised. Kata, though, yep. 31 fails to the Kata obby! That is less than Horrific and Unreal! And granted, may I remind you that, yes, Kata is the most common one, but still, that is hilarious to me. It's called Clemistrophic, by the way, because of an old joke from years ago that I don't want to get into. But yeah, 31 fails on the Catastrophic obby. That is absolutely freaking insane. The Terrifying obby resulted in the loss of 21 runs, the same as the Unreal. I'm actually kind of surprised. Whew, 21 runs. Terrifying had that one jump near the very beginning that was really wonky. So I'm not really surprised that there were 21 runs that I lost. Obviously, I didn't always fail to that jump, but I'm not really surprised. But you may remember in the video in part 2, I predicted that Insane had the most fails, and that was because of all the walk-offs. Was that true? Oh my god! The roulette obby that I failed the most was the Insane obby by 2-fold to the Kata obby. Holy sh**! Dude! everybody, the roulette obby that's apparently the hardest is the insane obby. So how many runs did I lose in total to the roulette obbies? Let's see. A total of 154 runs were lost to the roulette obbies. Yeah. And this is what I mean about this tower just being better. Or sorry, the roulette obbies being better than just a freaking soft lock, right? That was 154 runs minimum times that I went into the roulette obbies and messed them up. Any other tower, you know, we're even ignoring successes, right? You know, that's insane. Only 154 times failing the roulette, which I know sounds like, wow, that's a lot. But keep in mind that most of the spots when you get to 4, that is what happens. So basically that means I got to floor 4 a minimum of 154 times. And I never got sick of 1 to 3 the entire time, which is probably the most crazy part. Minimum of 150 runs to the 4th floor, yet I never got sick of 1 to 3. That's absolutely insane. But now let's take a look at how many runs I actually got to the upper floors. Because I do have those, and there's roulette. So firstly, final stretch 2. Yeah, we all knew. 2 runs to the final stretch was all it took. Failed the first run, and then the second time I got there, that was the end. Floor 10 should be 4. Oh yeah, it's 3, right. It is 3, not 4. Yeah, that's correct. Because, remember, first time I got there, I failed, and then the other 2 times I actually made it to the final stretch. So only 3 runs to floor 10. Dude, when I started this grind, I was thinking that number would be in the double digits, and the actual answer was only 3. That is absolutely insane. So 9, I think, should be 5. Yes, it was 5. I only failed 9 twice, so there you go. That is absolutely crazy to me. Most people fail floor 10, from my understanding, around 5 times. Meanwhile, only 5 of my runs got to floor 9. And people complain about floor 9 being hard, and really, in my experience, it wasn't. Literally only 2 runs were lost to 9. And even now, when I play 9, I'm like, dude, it's really not that bad. 8, on the other hand, you may remember that floor absolutely demolishing me, so this might be funny. 10 runs? Wow! That means 50% of the time I made it to the 8th floor, my run tragically ended. That is absolutely insane. 10 runs to floor 8. Dude, floor 8 is the easiest floor when it comes to 7 to win pad, but for whatever reason, floor 8 just hated me. I don't know why. Like, look at what happened in part 2. It took me so many times in order to get to 9 for the first time. But now we're getting to the last 2 counters, and these are the ones that I've been the most interested to see. How many times did I get to 7 and 6? Because those floors ended so many of my runs. And 7, I made it there 22 times. Wow. I mean, that's way lower than I expected, but thinking about it now, it's really not that big of a shock, really. Because the thing with floor 7 is most of it is over the roulette wheel. So what really is going to happen most realistically, right, is going to be that, you know, you're going to fall, go in the roulette obby and save yourself. I mean, in my winning run, I failed 7 twice and used the roulette obby. So yeah, 22 times getting to 7. So once again, around 50% of my runs, I lost to 7. And I would not be surprised if most of those runs were from after I failed the final stretch. I would not be shocked if that's the case. But floor 6, though, what was it? Oh my god! So I did the first half of Jocundigluey a total of 61 times. It is crazy when you do this, right? And you realize just how much of the tower you really play. Over the course of 40 hours, I played the first half over 60 times. And that is the full counters for Jocundigluey's grind. Dude, these give such a different perspective on just the sheer journey that you do. And I am so glad that I found these and was able to do this again, because it is absolutely wicked to see these numbers and realize, like, dude, you failed the roulette obbies over 150 times. You've made it to the second half of the tower over 60 times. And more hilariously, I failed the insane obby 2 full times as often compared to second place. And the one I failed the least often was horrific. We don't count nil. Nil is just something funny. But yeah, those are the TOJ counters, everybody. And whew, I am glad we did that. That was freaking awesome. Well, this mammoth trilogy of videos has now come to an end. If you enjoyed watching this, I do this type of format with all the hard towers I beat, so feel free to stay around. Thank you all to my members who for some reason like to see me suffer beating these hard towers. They get to see this stuff coming together. My name is Logan ISL, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.